So it's Erev Shabbos once again, and once again, like many times before, I want to share a thought on the Vachatika Parsha. This Shabbos, we lay in Parshat Lech Lecha. The first two Parshas in Chumash Bereshis, we learned about Oram Rishon and Noach. Our story begins this week. Our story begins with Avraham Avinu, Avoseinu HaKadoshim. And we start to learn on the Nisyonos, Perek Hey, Mishneh Daled Masechet Avos. Asor Nisyonos Nisnas Avraham Avinu v'yomed b'kolom lo'odiya kama chibosoi shel Avraham Avinu lefnei hamakom. Kadosh Baruch Hu loves Avraham Avinu. He was tested 10 times, and he overcame. He passed the test. And those Asor Nisyonos cover every aspect of the human experience, every challenge, every difficulty. Benefesh ha'adam. Rashi in Masechet Avos writes, "B'asor hanisyonos nisnas Avraham Avinu v'yomed b'kolam v'lo hirer achrei midosav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu meroiv ahavosoi." Avraham Avinu not only rose to the challenge and passed the test, he was never maharer achrei midosav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He never doubted. He never cast doubt on HaKadosh Baruch Hu's judgment. I remember many years ago, in a private conversation with my great Rebbe, the Divrei Yatz of the Kloisenberger Rebbe. It wasn't in public, but I once heard him say, I went through the Holocaust, and the Rebbe lost his wife and 11 children, and he was left alone in the world. Ka'ar ba'arava. His oldest son, who was like the apple of his eye, he was a big Ilui. Ultimately, he would have been one of the Gedolei Yisrael. He survived Auschwitz, he survived the Holocaust, and he died from typhus in the DP camps in Fehrenwald. That was the straw that did not break. No, I won't use the proverb, the camel's back. That was the straw that did not break the Rebbe's back. So I once heard him say, not for one moment, and a shudder went through my body when I heard that. And it happens to me right now when I just remember and recall that sentence. That was like Avraham Avinu. Rashi writes, Asor hanisyonos v'lo hirer achrei midosav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the very first Nisoyan that we read in this week's Parshat Lech Lecha, we could appreciate the Nisoyan of Ur Kasdim. He was willing to give away his life for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We definitely could appreciate the Nisoyan of Akedas Yitzchak, which was far greater. It was easier for Avraham Avinu to sacrifice his life than to destroy his son with his own hands. We could understand the Nisoyan of Mila, 99 years old, inflicting pain on his own body. He didn't have anesthesia. But what's the great Nisoyan of Lech Lecha? It is a great Nisoyan. One of the fathers of modern psychology, I won't mention his name, in a Sichas Kodesh, said the basic axiom is, man is a social being. We know about that thousands of years before he said it. Lahavdil elef alfi avdolis, choini hama'agel, and tanas davchav gimel amid aleph. When he gets up from his slumber after 70 years and he comes into town and he doesn't recognize anyone, he says, Rabbeinu Shalom, I chavruta I mituta. If I have no chaverim, I prefer to die. Yes, we need friends, we need family. We need people we could socialize with. We need people to give us words of encouragement and words of friendship. By human nature, a person connects with his country, with his nation. Millions of people fought and killed and died for their nations. But what is even closer to one's heart than his country is his social circle. People he grew up with, friends, acquaintances. But the most essential and important circle is your family. It comes before anyone else. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avraham Avinu, leave it all behind. Lech lecha ma'artzacho, leave your country. Memoladetecho, your social circle, your friends, everyone you know. Es beis ovicho, leave your family and go. Where am I going? Kodesh Baruch Hu says, go. Ela oretz asher areko. Avraham Avinu wants to look it up. What is it like? Where am I going? Ultimately, you'll know. Go. And Avraham Avinu doesn't ask questions. He doesn't doubt the Kodesh Baruch Hu's ways. He packs up and he goes. And that is a great, great nisayon. We are still in the midst of this epidemic. And many of us have a somewhat similar nisayon. Not the same, but somewhat similar. Me'ain de me'ain. Hundreds of people, thousands of people are pained by isolation. For months, we didn't hug and kiss our grandchildren, our closest family members. Our kids come to visit and they stand far away wearing masks. Some of us stand in a cage of plexiglass, of plastic, hiding away in a corner in a capsule. It's hard, it's tough, but it's a nisayon, and we grow from nisyonos. We need to remember Avraham Avinu, his nisayon was far greater. He left everything, his country, his friends, his family, didn't even know where he's going. And I explained many times. All the nisyonos of Avraham Avinu, not only for his merit, for us. And all the Mesiras Nefesh we demonstrated throughout the ages. Thousands went to their deaths. Al Kedushas Hashem, with a posuk on their lips, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. And those tyrants that tortured us and killed us just couldn't understand. How do these Jews, where do they have this koyach from? To defy every decree and to give up their lives for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Where does it come from? Avraham Avinu. He gave us the strength, he gave us the Mesiras Nefesh. So yes, this is a period of nisyonos. We need to rise to the challenge. We need to be makabel b'ahava. And we need to know, when we pass the test, we grow. And we come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let's try to make the most of it. When we long for our family, we need to learn to appreciate our family and understand more than ever before how much they mean to us. And Be'ezus Hashem B'Korev, when time will come, we will be able to hug them and kiss them and spend time together. We will appreciate it far more. So this nisayon, you socialize, yes, less. You don't go out of your house. I haven't been to a simcha for months. So you have more time. Take advantage of the time. Learn more. Daven more. Take advantage of the extra time you have. So it is important to realize and to understand Nisyonis are part of our avodah. It's part of being a Jew. We are descendants of Avraham Avinu. Avinu Avraham was tested once and once again. Asora Nisyonis nisnaso. Va'omed b'kolon. Bezrat Hashem. We have the koyach to pass the test as well. We have the koyach to do the same as Avraham Avinu. And we thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for what He does give us. And we will rise to the challenge. L'hoidos u'lehalel. So this is the first week of the new cycle in which we start learning Maaseh Avos. Maaseh Avos siman labonim. Beglal Avos toshia bonim v'sovi geula levnei b'neihem. We should be zeicha to be as Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheiro v'yomeinu. Amen.